Okay, this is me, and today I'm going to talk about something that really bothers me, and it just kind of highlights why the fuck I'm getting out of here and why I'm so pissed that no one helped me get out before now. So, we're having a poker night tonight, and you'd think, oh, well, that's a good thing. You like poker. Yeah, I do like poker. What I don't like is the fucking hassle that everyone makes me go through to play. Because we're having it at our house, and my parents are like, well, you got to clean up, and they're just really annoying about it. First of all, it's kind of hypocritical. So, my mom is a fucking hoarder. She has like ridiculous amounts of paperwork in the basement from like legal stuff from years ago. And it's like, okay, look, this is 10 years ago, past the statute of limitations. Why do you need this? This is just a fire hazard. But then you try to get rid of it and she yells at you. But oh, if your room's messy, if your room is messy, she'll hound you to clean it, even though it's one room versus the whole fucking house. And she'll make you feel bad. Like, no, she'll say things like, oh, well, no one is ever going to want to be with someone who's that dirty. Like, that's really fucking nice. Like, yeah, you know, I should throw it in her face that, yeah, well, you're with someone and you're 10 times worse than me, so shut up. Even though I don't think that would go over well, but it just points out the hypocrisy of the situation. And it's just and she's always a dick about it too. You know, she's always like really hostile and yelly and never apologizes for it and just makes the whole day ruined. And then we're just supposed to put on this fucking facade for these people that are coming over. Oh, we're a happy family, we're all clean. It's just so fucking stupid. You know, like, first of all, if they were real friends, they wouldn't care whether or not our house is tip-top shape. You know, and if they do, fuck them. I'm finding someone else who's not got the mentality of a fucking high schooler. And they're an adult. But then there's also the fact that the room that they want me to clean and they're hounding me over is a side room. Like, there's a plant room that's to the right of the main room that no one ever goes in except me. You know, that's where I game because the Wi-Fi is too shitty for me to play in my normal room. So I set up my computer down there and I game. And they gave me a real hard time about that too. I should say, they're like, why are you gaming down here? It's like, yeah, well, your Wi-Fi doesn't reach where I used to game that was out of the way. So what do you want me to do? Not play at all? You know, cut out in the middle of games. It was just, it was unsalvageable. Like, either have Wi-Fi that, you know, reaches where you want me to go, so I'm not having to relocate, or just accept that that's how it is. But it's one of those things too, where it's like, it's to the side. It's in a room that no one ever goes in. Why do you care if it's clean? You know, that's the point. It's not like the kitchen or the family room where people are going to see it. You're expecting me to clean this side room that no one ever fucking goes in anyway, and give me a hard time and charging me fucking money if I don't. So yeah, that's another reason I'm making this video, is there's this fucking list that I can't record right now, but I'm going to later. It's my dad's retirement fee list, you know? And he's like, if I have to clean, and it basically lists all his services like he's some fucking cleaning company. And he's like, oh, well, $50 for cleaning a room an hour. What? Like, that's, first of all, it's a ridiculous rate. Second of all, you know, it's just kind of like, it's an attempt to steamroll is what it feels like. It's like, oh, well, I'm going to pick on you for something that you're weak at because you have depression and you have a lot going on. It's like, it just seems wrong. It seems wrong. I don't know if it sounds as bad, but like, the wording is just ridiculous. And keep in mind, I'm 30 years old. You should not be treating me like I'm some fucking kid. They do this infantilizing shit a lot. Like, I remember my mom will talk over me and say, Victor, you should say thank you in front of people. It's like, you know, what's wrong with you? You don't fucking treat people like that when they're fucking adults. And then I try to move out and they're like, oh, well, you'll never survive. It's like, yeah, thanks for... Really, it's infantilizing. It's like, you're not helping, you're not capable on your own, you need us. And I don't want to be around them anymore. And I think really the real kicker is how he's like, oh, I'm going to charge $4 for a ride to short car rides every time, each way. So that's, because sometimes he'll drive me to work because I have vertigo, so driving is not something that I can really do until that is taken care of. And also, even if I didn't, I used to have a car and they wrecked it. And they wrecked it on a family trip to another state. So how am I supposed to drive if I don't have a fucking car? You know, that's the thing. And yet you're still feel like you feel that you have the right to charge me money to take me to and from work. It just seems like you have no empathy. at all. Like, I mean, it's not like I want to be like this. I have fucking vertigo. I'm gonna get in a fucking car wreck unless this is taken care of. And yet you're charging me money because I have vertigo and I can't drive. Now, I suppose I could take an Uber, but that's more expensive. Although, let's be real, I probably would be better just to do that, because at least then this fucker doesn't get any money, right? I mean, really, hopefully this highlights how ridiculous these people are. And they're treating a 30-year-old man like this. They've done other crazy shit like this before. When I was 25, they tried to set curfews for my fucking electronic use. Like, you're not in charge of me when I'm 25. And then when I said how ridiculous it was, their excuses, oh, well, if you don't like it, you can leave this house. Yeah, I don't have anywhere to go. So that's a fucking ridiculous thing to say. And another highlights just why, I haven't talked about this, but it highlights why I don't like a lot of my friends, and I don't like a lot of people in general, because no one helped me get out of this. Like, I kept dropping in, it's like, hey, this is a bad situation, this is fucked up. The fact that he feels bold enough to fucking write down, I'm going to charge you $4 for a fucking car ride each way when you can't drive because of medical issues and you don't have a fucking car because I wrecked it. That's just kind of highlights how ridiculous it is. And yet none of my friends actually took it seriously when I said, hey, I need to get the fuck out of here. I tried getting help in 2017. No one fucking took it seriously. They used weaponized incompetence because they were scared to move out and made it all about them. They also fought, it's like no one online really seemed to care about it either. Maybe it's a question why I'm even bothering doing this. I guess it's because really I have nowhere else to fucking turn to, right? But nobody fucking bothered to get me out. Like, when I'm saying this stuff, at least people could offer to talk to me. At least people could say, hey, do you have a Patreon? I could give you $1. Maybe that'll help you out a little bit. No, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, no one does anything. They're just like, oh, that sucks. Did you see the Bears game last night? Fuck you. Someone would have at least tried to help me get out of this if everyone around me wasn't a fucking self-centered sociopath. That's how I view it. Like, you'd want someone to help you in this situation. Why the fuck you feel that you shouldn't help me? And now you know what others are going to say, oh, they don't owe you that. Well, first of all, they're my friends. They shouldn't have to owe me things necessarily to help me. And second of all, maybe we should agree that sometimes we shouldn't all have to owe someone something to do the right thing. I don't owe homeless people money, but sometimes I give it to them anyways because it's the right thing to fucking do. I don't owe some of my ex-friends cleaning out their computer from, like, what was it? I think it was Conduit. It was infected with that Conduit browser hijacker, and I cleaned it out. I didn't owe them that, but I did it because it was the right thing. So why the fuck are you above that? That's what I'm saying. It just pisses me the fuck off, understandably so. And it just this whole thing. I'm going to move soon, and I'm going to try to vlog it just to see what it's like to live independently. All I can say is, honestly, I was going to try to have poker meetups, but if all anyone cares about is this fucking shit, maybe it's just not worth it. Maybe I'm just going to keep going to the local charity games and the casino, and that'll be that. Because, clearly everyone's clearly just too fucking focused on things that really don't matter, like keeping a clean house, when who fucking cares? Like, that's not important in the long run. And they care more about, themselves and actually helping people in tough situations. I'm sure they'd find some reason to judge me like everyone else has. So, why even bother? Like, and I really find it hypocritical. Like, if I'm hosting a fucking poker night and I'm putting myself out, you should at least be courteous of the fact that I'm offering my house to you to play. But instead, you're going to whine about, like, shit like that. Like, you see what I'm saying? Is it even worth it? I don't even know. But whatever. I'm going to try to get that list on video at some point when my parents are not around. It might be a little while, but I'm going to do it because I want to show how ridiculous it is. And all I can say is, why did everyone fail me? Like, this is what I have to deal with. Frequent shit like this, trying to control me, and yet no one actually tried to help me get out of there when I begged for help. Even my so-called friends. You guys kind of suck and you need to do a lot better.